here for the Upperclassmen Podcast.
Good morning or good afternoon, everybody. This is Blake Homer.
And I'm Kyleigh K, if you will. That's like my stage name, you know. Because if you guys don't know, I have like a YouTube channel. It's not. Don't look at it. It's.
I was gonna
pretty
say
embarrassing.
Lil Gingy, but the last time I said that, you didn't like that very well. So
It's just. I mean, if that's what you want to call
it's
yourself,
cringy.
like
No,
go
I
ahead.
get it. It's cringy.
No, it's not. No, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Little cringy. But yeah, Blake and Kyleigh were here. Another episode, the Upperclassmen Podcast. I hope you guys are liking these. I know, the first episode went super well.
Oh yes, it did.
It went really well. Second week didn't go as well. But you know what? We are taking your feedback. Blake had some people say that it was a little too long, and you know what? 50 minutes is really long. I'm not even going to lie. I didn't even want to listen to it because I didn't even want to. No, I'm not going to say that. I did want to be a part of it. Never mind. It was fun. It was a fun 50 minutes, but I understand not everyone wants to listen to that, so we're going to try to keep this a little shorter. So, we just want to thank Mr. Wiles again for coming on last week. Yes. I think to anyone who did listen to it, I hope you guys liked it. I almost said there, but I caught myself because the next thing I'm going to say is that I'm going to try to not say and like this podcast. I'm not even kidding.
That's really important.
Or I didn't even do that the last one.
I know, I'm just
I didn't
saying.
even do it, but I did do it the first one. So.
That's really important that you
but
don't
no,
do that.
for real. If anyone hears me say like it 5 times, like, oh no, five times is still a lot in a sentence. If you hear me say like 2 times in one sentence, literally just cross the table, start just punching me in the face. No, just kidding. Don't do that. Nah, actually, I probably deserve it. But, so, Blake, why are we doing Spirit Week this week? What's so special about this week?
It's homecoming week.
Homecoming week without the homecoming?
Without the homecoming. I mean,
a little disappointing, but it is homecoming week. We had Spirit Week. What was day number 1?
Stoplight day.
Stoplight day?
Yeah,
Yep.
we already explained it last week.
Well, we didn't go through all of them.
Yeah, I know.
Tuesday?
I'm just saying, but like,
I
didn't have to
yeah.
explain stoplight day.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, Tuesday? What was Tuesday?
God.
I don't even remember.
Me either.
Nerd. Oh,
no,
yeah.
athlete
versus
athlete.
Thanks, Tommy. We haven't introduced him, so he's not talking yet, but he's helping us out. Wednesday was, did you dress yourself?
Yeah.
I dressed myself. I dress myself every day, but it was especially special that day. Thursday, which was today.
Yeah, today. Frat boy day.
Probably won't have another frat boy day, but we don't have to talk about it.
That's besides the point. We don't have to go there.
Yeah. We learned a lot from today.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
And tomorrow.
And tomorrow is Formal Friday.
Or BC Spirit Wear for the football game tomorrow, which is actually against Bucyrus. And
it's going to be
7 p.m.
Yeah. Game against Bucyrus. Really, the Spirit Week wasn't even for homecoming because we're not even having one. It's for this game. Like, everyone is so hyped for this game. And we are just ready to get into it. We have planned, in our leadership class, we planned a after game, like, festivities.
Yeah,
type
on the
thing.
field.
On the field, yeah. It's going to be cool. And speaking of the game, Blake, do you hear that?
I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, yeah.
We have Thomas the Train Phillips here on the podcast today. Tommy, say hi to everyone.
Hi, everyone.
I like that.
Tommy is a part of the football team. He's a senior. Team captain, no?
Yes
and
I
who
am.
are the other team captains?
The other team captains are Mason Brown, Danny Oots, and Zach Seiler.
Yeah, did I say Tommy Phillips? I think I just said his first name. Tommy Phillips. Yeah.
That's all right.
So yeah, he's on the team. Now, before we really get into all the questions we're going to ask you, I have, always do a quote. You can talk on it if you want. If you don't want to, you don't have to. But I try to make mine kind of football themed, It's got like a football background, looks cool. And so the quote is by Tom Landry. Never heard of the guy. Anyone ever heard of him?
Never heard of him.
I think I
You
have
have?
heard of him.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, no, I haven't. So I don't know who this guy is. He could be some incredible, awesome person. He could be a homeless guy. I don't know. But he said, and I quote, "A champion is simply someone who did not give up when they wanted to." And so I like this one because obviously Football Friday, it's not Friday yet. We're going to be listening to this on Friday, maybe before the game even. Mm-hmm. And so being a champion isn't all about winning or getting the biggest award, because this says a champion is truly someone who didn't give up when they wanted to, who they broke down to their barest bone and they still kept going. Mm-hmm. So this applies for literally everything, sports, academics, life, because, there's not only a champion is more like a mindset. it's not like just a sports champion, an academic champion, which I don't even know. Academic champion, valedictorian, I guess you could.
Something like that, yeah.
That's a good goal.
You could say that's an academic champion. You can't really be champion of your life, but like in your mind, you can be champion of your life, and I think that's a pretty good goal. But so at practice, when you're studying, or literally just anything in your life, you need to push yourself to the breaking point to be the champion, that champion mindset, you know what I mean? And successful people, they push themselves the hardest, they run faster when they're tired, they take more notes, they reread book chapters when their mind is completely numb. And I can totally relate to this, maybe Tommy a little bit too. In research, we've had so many tests over and over again.
Past week.
Yeah, literally a test every 3 days over this chapter in our writing textbook.
And I don't know about you, but I always try to reread the chapter, and sometimes it works out better than others.
This is my technique, okay? It's kind of redundant, but I will read it super slowly, and I will paraphrase. I'm not even kidding. I have a notebook that I have for research, and I have my textbook. And I'll read it super slowly, and I will paraphrase every 2 sentences. I'm not even kidding. It takes me so long to do it. But I feel like that's the only way, because research is a scary class, all the upperclassmen are don't take research, it's gonna be really hard, and so it scares you. So now I'm in the class, and I'm oh my gosh, and my literal first assignment in the class, I forgot to do the back page, so I was already screwed because the first assignment I already got a 70 on it because I forgot to do half of it. Did you know that, Blake?
I did not know that.
Hey,
yeah.
I mean, I feel your pain. Today, I didn't I guess I took way too long to summarize what we were supposed to summarize. That was our assignment today. Whatever, it was summarize a paragraph, and I didn't get to cite it properly, so they don't even know who it's from. It was from Robert F. Kennedy.
Well, the good thing about that is Miss Stout knows.
Yeah, Miss Stout knows.
Not that you're going to get the credit for it,
No.
but she does know. But, yeah, so what I do is I literally paraphrase everything, and then after I'm done paraphrasing, then I go on and do the guided reading that she has us do. And for me, that has worked pretty well. I mean, I haven't got perfects on all of them, but, no one's perfect. But at least I'm, trying.
It's that champion mindset.
Yeah, the champion mindset.
Oh, I like that, Tom. I like that.
So, yeah, you just need to put yourself into the position to succeed. Tommy, I'm glad he's here. I was talking just in chemistry the other day about how I was up too late and I wasn't able to get up when I wanted to. And he was like, yeah, it's just all about discipline. And I think he's totally right. I didn't put myself in the position to succeed and wake up to start a good morning like I want to. I could wake up at 7, which gives me enough time to get ready for school, but I preferably wake up at 6 so then I could do some yoga. I love listening to people's speeches. I've been listening to Will Smith. I talked about him before. He's awesome.
Do you make your bed?
Hey, you're supposed to make your bed every day.
Don't make my bed in the morning.
It's the best way to start your day.
Yeah.
Does that make me, does that just backtrack all of my progress?
slacker.
No, I think I'm good.
I can't. No, I could.
I can't either. I don't know.
Anyone, do you make your bed, Tommy?
It depends. The way I wake up, I just kind of throw the covers this way, and then if I do make my bed, I throw my covers just back where they're supposed to go, and it's kind of sloppy, but it's made.
Yeah, I can't. The last time I made my bed,
I can't even remember.
No, I honestly can't. It is definitely not. It's probably not been in the decade.
In the entire decade.
I'm being completely honest. But, so back to this. Champion mindset. You need to also not only put yourself in the position to succeed, but surround yourself with people who push you to succeed. Like we said last week with Wiles, you surround yourself with these group of people, you're going to become that group of people. You surround yourself with 5 idiots, you're the 6th one. You surround yourself by 5 billionaires, you will be the 6th one. And it's just kind of like that. You emulate whoever you're around. You pick up their habits. And your life is in your own hands. And if you aren't where you want to be, then you're the only one who can fix that. You just have to roll with the punches, because life's not easy. It's not. It's never going to be. Some people do have it easier than others. Some people have it way harder than others. But everyone's going to go through their own hardships. And that's why life is so incredible, is because everyone has their own life. They get their own environment. And they get to just take their environment that they're thrown into and just try to thrive. And so, champion mindset. And don't give up even when you want to. Today in basketball, I was running. I honestly could have pushed harder, probably. But I kept thinking, because I literally did, I looked up this quote a little bit before I had basketball practice. And, like, every time I was tired, I was like, just push harder, like, because, you know, like, a real champion is someone who doesn't give up.
And there's plenty of times I feel like everyone, like, whether it's sports related or academic, they're just like, this is way too hard, and I don't want to do it. Like, I don't want to do it. But if you push through it, that's the difference between, I guess, winners and losers in a way. But it's the difference between champions and...
But, like, a winner in your head. Like, a winner doesn't always have to be the scoreboard.
It doesn't have to be the sport. Yeah, exactly. It doesn't have to be the scoreboard. It's a winner in your heart and in your mind.
Mm-hmm. And I really like, there's this saying that's like, don't compare your today with someone else's. Okay, that really doesn't...
With someone else's yesterday?
Yeah, I think that's, like, more along
So, like,
the lines.
don't look at, like...
Yeah, because
it's good to have, like, role models and stuff, but you don't have to be like, I wasn't as good as this person, so that doesn't make me...
Yeah, that's the gist of it. I don't remember what the exact quote was. But yeah, because everyone's at different points in their lives, so, like, all that matters is you getting better than yourself. Like, your goal when you wake up in the morning is, I want to be better than I was yesterday. And yeah, so back to football. I don't know if I bored any of you with that. How many times did I say like? Anyone was counting? Were you counting?
I wasn't counting.
I don't even know if I did or not, but I'm going to listen to it and I'm going to be like, Kyleigh, idiot!
Yeah.
But back to football, because, you know, it's Football Friday. We're going to slam down on the Redmen.
That's right.
Should I be that competitive?
Slam them down. No, we're going to slam them down.
We're going to slam them down. Okay, yeah. So tomorrow's the game. You know, COVID kind of ruined some things, but if you can listen to the game, if you can be there, just...
Yes, you can watch it. You can watch it.
Facebook Live.
Yes.
Shout out to Blake and Tommy. They're both on homecoming court.
Hey.
So they're both going to be at the game for that reason, too. Tommy's going to be playing. He's going to be... Also gonna be part
Hopefully
of the
kicking butt and homecoming court.
Yeah, so both of them. Shout out to them, killing the game. So Tommy,
Really? Yes, Kyleigh.
you're a football player at Buckeye Central, no?
I believe
Is that why you're here
That
now?
is the general gist.
Okay, so how has your Buckeye Central football experience been? When did you start? How?
I started. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
It's alright. I really didn't know where I was gonna go.
Okay,
I'm
alright.
glad you cut me off.
No. I started as a freshman. Believe it or not, first time.
Was it really? Freshman year was the first time you played?
Mm-hmm. I started.
You didn't play middle school?
Oh, I guess. I mean, let me think. Let me retrace the archives and see.
Okay.
I do believe I started in 5th grade.
Okay, 5th grade. All right.
5th grade. I couldn't even tell you the record we had, but I do remember that we played in this pumpkin bowl, and it was at Wimford.
Yeah.
And we beat, I think it was Wimford, and that was like one of the like only wins we had that season, but we won the Pumpkin Bowl. So, like, that was really cool. And then 7th and 8th grade, I've had different coaches throughout. Wiles was my coach 8th grade year. Mike Dean, Damon Dean's dad, was my coach my 7th grade year, if I got that right. I'm pretty sure I got that right. Wiles, you know, we always talk about how he's a great guy. He's an even better coach. He's funny, he keeps kids engaged, all that. And then freshman year, I come in as a
freshman.
Yeah, and I don't know. This story gets a little sad, but that's the year that Bryce passed away.
Yeah.
And so, like, that took a toll on the team. And personally, I mean, I knew Bryce. I knew of him, but I didn't.
Yeah, and as a teammate, like, I couldn't imagine losing a teammate like that.
I didn't know him personally, and that really hurt the team. But because of it, I got to start on offense my freshman year. And Coach Detterman was my coach. Actually, he texted me the other day, and we still text every once in a while, so that's nice that he keeps in touch. Of course, we didn't have the best record my freshman year or sophomore year, but I've always respected the guys that I've played with, even if I have countless memories of who I've played with, all my coaches, and then that kind of brings me up to last year, where good old CJ, Chad Jensen, steps in as head coach. He's quite a guy. He really leads the team. Honestly, the best coach anyone could ever ask for. I played for him in baseball too. I mean,
he was my coach in basketball.
Right, basketball.
In like 6th grade and then again in like 7th grade. So CJ, he's a good one.
Yeah, you can vouch for it. He can be intense sometimes.
Oh, of course.
Extremely intense.
Let me just say, this is my potato is a classic line he said during basketball when he didn't want us to let the other girls take the ball from us. The basketball was our potato.
Okay.
What position do you play?
I am an offensive guard and a defensive end.
So you play both offense and defense
Yes.
like the entire time?
Yep, the entire time.
You start, obviously.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So that's not like normal, right?
Usually,
traditionally people don't players aren't offense and defense,
yes.
right?
Usually at bigger schools, like if you go to like Shelby or even Seneca East,
No, we don't talk about Seneca
Yeah, I
East.
know.
No, I'm just kidding.
I don't like talking about them. But anyways, no, they have guys that play offense and different guys that play defense. So it's a little special here. A lot of our guys, especially our linemen, play both ways.
Yeah, and that's gotta take a toll on the team itself, especially if the other team is able to sub those guys out. One play offense, one play defense, and then we're doing the whole thing.
That's why
overtime.
Jensen makes sure we're conditioned for everything. And it's just interesting. But I've always played like that. Freshman year was the only year that I didn't get to start both ways. So it's kind of the norm, I guess. But we have more kids this year, so that's also great.
Hopefully it keeps growing, and
Exactly.
then eventually we'll have an offense and a defense.
Yeah, exactly. then we're getting at it.
Yeah, then we're
where
good.
we want to be.
So you said there was some fun times with the coaches and the teammates and everything. Can you actually tell us a funny story about something
any
that
funny
happened?
story?
Funny story. Oh boy. There's a lot of funny stories that I could tell. Okay, they're not really bad. It's just kind of like what stays at football happens at football. Now, one funny story that it's kind of like a tradition for football.
Okay.
And it's really, really childish.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, so in football you have a punt team.
Okay.
And we tell a freshman that isn't as experienced in the game, doesn't know as much. We tell him to go find the punt tee, okay? And I believe we tricked Eli Smith to look for the punt tee for half of a practice one time, and the punt tee does not exist. That is not a thing at all. And this kid was just running around looking for the punt tee. It was just great.
I totally believed you.
Yeah, no.
In the pros, do they have a punt team?
No, there's no punt tee ever.
Never
It's just,
existed ever.
It is a classic joke throughout football that
Wow.
everyone says to all their freshmen.
You would have gotten me. I'm not actually. You may think Kyleigh is a football noob, but I will have you know that my powder puff football team is the reigning champion.
For 3 years in a row.
We have never lost ever
lost.
from freshman year to currently, and we're even though
undefeated.
we're not going to let Corona stop us from going 4-0. It's always been me and
It's
Taylor.
been the dream.
It's the dream to go 4-0 all year. And I don't want to toot my own horn. This kind of comes off a little cocky, but I just have to bring it up. Last year during the game, I scored the most touchdowns ever.
True.
I got told that. I don't know how true it is because I don't think they actually keep tabs on that. But the
recollection,
the parents too. So it's the Mike Fike football game. So Mike Fike, he was a past alumni. Unfortunately, he's no longer with us. But we have this Powder Puff football game to remember him. And his parents always go to the game. And they came up to me after the game and they said, Kyleigh! Or actually, I don't think they knew my name. Did they?
Maybe.
I think probably, because I'm sure everyone was like, oh my gosh,
That's
that's Kyleigh!
Scoring touchdowns.
So, but yeah, they came up to me and they're like, I think that is the most touchdowns any girl's ever scored. And I was like,
That's a big achievement. You should be proud of that one.
yeah, it's just fun. But yeah, I really hope we have a game this year.
Really quick, another funny story. So when Davey Williams last year was on the team, he's deathly afraid of spiders.
No, really?
And so
boy.
we found this I don't know, it was a quarter. It was the size of a quarter spider, and we put it on his locker. It was a dead one, and then we found a live one, and it wasn't me, but there were guys that chased him around the locker room. And he got so scared he almost threw up. It was bad. He was okay.
I couldn't imagine.
Yeah,
I couldn't, because just knowing Davey, that just
Yeah,
seems
he's so scared of
funny.
spiders. Yeah.
That is really funny.
Spiders are scary.
They
I'm
are.
not
They
gonna
got-
lie. If
you
I
know-
see one right there on that table, I'm
I'm gonna scream. You gonna
Yeah.
leave?
No.
Oh, there we go.
If I did
Yeah,
see a
I'm
spider on the table, I'd probably just smash it with my cup and then be like,
Oh.
and that's
Huh.
done. Sorry if that was loud for you, but
No,
that-
that spider's dead. It's
yeah, exactly,
Yeah,
it's gone.
look at that.
Oh my
Even though
gosh.
I'm not gonna lie, I do kind of. This is kind of really wimpy, but sometimes I feel bad killing insects because I'm kind of I feel bad hurting animals. But insects, it's just it's just a different level.
Why you gotta be so grody?
Yeah, you're just do the insects really deserve it? Do they deserve a life? I can understand a dog,
mean,
a cat, a cow.
Half of them are gonna get eaten by birds. So
That's true. You know what? I'm just helping them.
yeah, exactly.
I'm helping them.
Well, I'm pretty sure if there's a spider in here, it's not gonna be eaten by a bird anytime soon.
You're right. It's just gonna repopulate.
We actually release birds in the school.
Yeah, we
release them in the school
Yep.
just for that reason. So anyway, back to football.
Yes.
Now that we got done talking about spiders.
Mm-hmm.
So what are your so it's your last year.
Yeah.
What are your goals for this season?
Well, the goals for this season
Whether as a team, personally, whatever.
is to at least start the rest. That I go with bare minimum goals. Like I do have like very high goals, but I have high goals and I have realistic goals.
Yeah.
So like my realistic goals: start every season, compete every game, like the normal stuff like every team talks about. But some of my more special goals, and I've never told anyone this, so special on
special
your
inclusive.
podcast.
If everyone listen up, we're gonna get an insight to Tommy's life.
Exclusive, yep.
Let me write this down.
So all 4 years, like I figured out like kind of my sophomore year that like, man, we aren't very good, which I mean happens, and we do have the potential to win if we play hard and we do all our jobs right and we all come together as a team and play.
Yeah, and like you said, that everyone is playing offense and defense.
Yeah,
Like that's not easy.
It's very
to do.
hard on a team,
Yeah.
but no, this year we have the best chance, and I'm so ready to win against Bucyrus. That's not what I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
Tomorrow,
You heard
baby!
it, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right.
You heard it.
But no, my goal has always been, and it's very simple, it is to please Coach Karras. Coach Karras is my lineman coach.
Okay.
And he is the most impossible guy to please ever.
Uh-huh. Does he tell you like when he's not pleased, or like is it kind of like do you
It's
think if
kinda-
he was pleased he would tell you, or like how are you gonna like gauge?
No,
it?
because he'd be like, you just did your job. That's kind of like,
Okay.
and like, he will, like, if he tells you good job, like, I always comment, better write that one down in the books, because, like, there's only a handful of times that he, like, compliments a player or any player throughout the year. Which, I mean, it's kind of good. I like coaches like that.
Yeah,
like,
because like they're not like there is a point where you're like when coaches are like too hard.
Too
and you're
hard,
like,
yeah,
come
but
on, like
Am I
give them a
really
break.
doing good?
Yeah, but then those
Yeah.
coaches that are like there's only a select times like when
makes
you do get that
it
good
makes
job,
you
you're
feel-
like, yeah, I really did. I must have actually had a good job this time.
Yeah, and that's always been my goal, is to impress Coach Karras and please Coach Karras. And my most memorable football moment, I don't know if that's going to be a later question, but I'm going to spoil it. Anyways, my most memorable football moment was, it was a Thursday practice, which is an easier practice because we're about to have a game, so it's like a walkthrough. Anyways, so Coach Karras was handing out helmet stickers, and he gave one to me, and like that is like the best thing that has ever happened to me, because like it made me like, I was full of pride. Like I was just like, I did something right. I got noticed by like the toughest coach on the field. I am very proud of what I've done. And yeah, it's
So
just...
can I ask, how do you earn a football sticker? Like, what do you have to do? Like what is it?
With Coach Karras, it was who he felt deserved a sticker.
Does everyone like multiple people get football stickers?
Yes,
or like,
multiple people do get football stickers. So like, football stickers are based on your stats in a game. So like, Danny had 9 tackles and like 4 tackles for losses. So like every 5 tackles you get 1 sticker, and then like if you have a tackle for loss, which is loss of yards behind the lineman scrimmage, anyways, is an extra sticker. So Danny got like 5 stickers. No, he got more than 5 stickers, because then you have like offensive. There's just a whole bunch of different ways.
So do you know specifically what your sticker was for?
Basically, he himself just passed it out, like someone that worked the hardest throughout like that season.
Yeah.
That's why it was really like rewarding to get a sticker from him.
Yeah, that's super awesome. And I know you kind of like brought it up that you realize, we don't have the best team, and whether it be because of circumstances, whatever, like we have a different circumstance than bigger teams. Anyway, like how do you, as a senior, just try to keep the team staying positive and going into each game, not like just already writing it off as a loss? Like going in and to try and be like, guys, this is a clean slate. Like we have to go in here and we have to be positive, because if we don't, then there really is no chance.
I like to motivate people, I guess, and it's kind of like, I don't like, this is going to sound like I'm guilt tripping them, but I'm not. Like, I'm just saying, like, I want to bring this community, this school, the first win we've had in 4 years, whatever. I really, like, that is that's one of my higher goals. Like, that is, like, I want to get a win for this community. Like, they deserve it. They always support us. They always do everything.
Yeah, and everything. Our community here, New Washington Buckeye Central, it's amazing.
It's amazing. Yep, and all all the hard work that I see the coaches put in and all the players put in, I want it to pay off. And I remind them, like, hey, we've been working really hard. If we just push through, if we do our jobs, if we do what we're told to do in practice, we are going to win. And it's going to feel so good.
Yeah.
And motivation for me, like, I guess, because, like, people tell me all the time, like, why don't you play a different sport? And, like, I hate when people ask me that question.
I don't know. Who,
It's
like,
just,
who's
it's just like, who has the audacity to ask me that question?
Well, yeah, because it's like if I'm playing basketball and someone comes up to me, so you chose basketball. Interesting. Why don't you play something else?
Yeah,
like, that's
and
just
it's
like
like,
an interesting question.
It's like, don't ask me that question. But no, I literally, like, I said this in the research paper we had to do for a college application where we had to explain ourselves. But, no, I've said, like, just to prove them wrong, that I can do it and we can do it as a team. And it's just like, I cannot wait for that first win because it's going to be the best thing.
Phenomenal.
It is going to be
literally
phenomenal.
Probably seismic earthquake
Exactly.
going to erupt in New Washington, Ohio.
There is just going to be corruption.
There's going to be a
Yes.
parade. There's going to be, like, the mayor's probably going to come give a speech.
Uh-huh.
Like, it honestly, like, I'm being sarcastic, but it will be so awesome and memorable.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
like, I can't wait for it either.
It's going to be great.
And, yeah, it is going to be awesome. So, like I said, you're a senior. Like, there we go. I said like twice right there. Blake, you didn't even catch
That was
me.
only twice. You said twice.
Okay, but I did catch myself, so that's
See?
improvement. But, like I said, which that was like in a different
Yes,
tense. That wasn't like a filler
in a
like.
different tense, yes.
Yeah, that wasn't like a filler.
Like, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see
Did you
that.
catch it? Did you
That's,
catch it?
Yeah, I did too.
Okay.
I got that.
All right.
But you're a senior this year. When you were a freshman, who were some of the notable players that like you looked up to and you thought, I want to be like that, I want to work like them when I'm that, or like just now, like you just kind of looked up to?
Freshman year, it was Derek Reed, and like he was
Derek
always.
Reed.
I know, right? He's lost a lot of weight. First of all,
Oh
good
yeah,
for him.
good. Derek
Good
Reed,
for
he's
him.
not
Derek-
listening to this, but
I
if
know.
you are, you look great, man. He
Congratulations.
came into Subway once. I was like, go you.
Wow, go you. Yeah, he was a lineman back in high school days, and he just always had a good attitude, like joking around, like, but was serious when it came to football, which was like really nice because you get like best of both worlds. Like he showed that like you can be a good, like a decent or a great football player, and you don't have to be like a jerk or anything.
Yeah.
You can still be a nice guy, and that really taught me something throughout my 4 years. But the guys I looked up to the most were the seniors my sophomore year, and that was Avery Baldozer, Grant Shook, and Grant Bishop. And those guys, like Grant Bishop, maybe not so much. I mean, he was still a great guy, and he taught me a lot of things, but Grant Shook and Avery always taught me to never quit and never give up on myself or anything, and they really made a huge impact in my life. And I still text them every once in a while today, but they just haven't. I've always wanted to get a win for my seniors, but that year especially, I wanted to get a win for them because they meant a lot to me, and they still do.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Wow.
So, I know in basketball, you have those games where you're like, that was awesome. And even if you don't win, like the game I'm thinking of, it was our home game versus Seneca East. And it was my sophomore year, because, last year, out of commission, tore my ACL, I wasn't able to play, but that's all right.
That's all right.
Back this year. But my sophomore year, we had a home game versus Seneca East. We sold out the game. We gave free tickets to all of the students. Mm-hmm. And the crowd was wild. Like, every single point was like, it was as if it was the last point of the game.
Uh-huh.
It was crazy. And playing that game I would go back and I would play it 5 times again. Like, it was so amazing. It was so fun. The atmosphere was amazing. I would do anything to play that game again. So, is there any game in football where, for any reason, you would go back just because it was an amazing football experience, or you would go back and do something again? What's, like, your game that you would go back to, if you could?
I have 2, so I'm going to talk and ramble. But my last year against Upper, that was because I went a long stretch of just, like, we were getting beat, and we were getting, not really beat bad, but just, like, beat, like, where it was just kind of like, darn it, man.
Yeah.
But, like, that Upper game, we got beat, but we played so hard, and it was such a good game. It brought that spark right back that I was kind of missing, and I even told Coach, thank you for, like, this is what makes me want to play football. Thank you for being here for us. And, like, that was just the best game that I could remember, at least that year. But my other game was freshman year. Last game, it was, like, sleeting. It was cold. I was all hyped up, but it was Winford last game
Yeah.
of my freshman year. Yeah, freshman year, and the seniors were all excited. Like, honestly, they were playing the best they've ever played, and we were just having a great time. And just to be a part of that and to be on the field was amazing. Like, everyone on the sidelines was freezing and wet because it was like, oh gosh, it was so cold. It was like 30 degrees outside. It was raining. Oh, it was so great. But yeah, that was just, both games were just, I'm happy that I'm a Buckeye Central student and I get to play Buckeye Central football.
Yeah, that makes me think of the one, like, sleeting one. Have you ever watched The Longest Yard?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So when they're playing in the mud and they just start tossing the ball around and just having... Have you ever watched The Longest Yard?
A long time ago. I don't remember.
But that's what it
anything.
reminds me of. Like, you're just having a good time. They're all, like, running in the mud. Like, it's super fun, slipping all over the place. So, yeah.
Yeah. So...
Is this our final note? Is this the cutoff point?
Well,
Or you got anything else?
I actually have a question for Blake.
Okay.
For Blake.
For Blake.
I'm not ready for this.
Yes, you are.
All right.
Ready?
Okay.
Are you prepared to scream your head off tomorrow night, 7 o'clock?
Oh, yeah.
Kickoff.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good game.
You're going to see me. I'm going to take off my tie. I'm going to button this so I got everything open.
Guys, we are
And I'm just
so
gonna be
ready
like-
for this game tomorrow.
Actually,
Right.
okay, so I don't know if you guys know what
I don't know.
what the
I really
I really don't. Please
I don't know.
enlighten me.
So I don't know if you guys know what the BC swag rag is.
Yes, we do.
Okay, do you have one?
No, but why? Jensen has one hanging up in his room.
Okay, but do you know what that's from?
What is it from?
No, go ahead.
Okay, I don't know. I don't either.
Oh, they handed him out at games, yeah.
So I think it's 2011.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They're going to state,
Yeah,
right?
true.
Yeah. Okay.
And everyone in the student section had the BC swag
Swag
rags.
rags.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought I got mine passed down from my cousin when I
Okay.
came to Buckeye. So I thought
Who's your
I'd
cousin?
bring that. What?
Who's your
Chase
cousin?
Hushauer?
Don't know.
Okay.
Anyway,
Yeah.
continue.
So I thought I'd bring that tomorrow for good luck, because the last time we had those, we went to state. But like
As Coach
we didn't.
Jensen would say, big brain, Blake.
That's
Big
big
brain.
brain. I'm obviously not DUM.
True.
DUM.
No, we forget the B.
No,
No.
I said DUM.
I'm not even, no, like if you call
Dum.
someone DUM, like they're not even worth the B.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
That's
I
what
actually
Jensen
do.
says.
Dumb. DUM.
DUM.
But yeah, guys, we need everyone out there at this game. Even if you're
Yes.
listening, whatever, tweet about it.
Facebook
Snapchat
Live.
about it.
Yes, Facebook
We need
Live.
comments.
We need people at that game.
It's vital.
It is
Yes.
gonna be a good one. Homecoming week.
We have been hyped all week.
All week. All week.
I think.
I dressed myself
Did
for
you?
this game. Yeah.
Your
on
mom
Wednesday.
didn't lay out your clothes
No,
for
she
you?
didn't. Not
Darn
on
it.
Wednesday. Not
Oh
on
my
Wednesday.
Not on Wednesday. This
I'm
is getting serious,
I'm
guys.
gonna have to tell my mom not to now. Like to.
Yeah, because you don't want to jinx
said,
anything. You
yeah,
don't want to jinx it. Don't let your mom
anything.
dress you or anything.
Yeah.
So this has been the Upperclassmen Podcast. Are you ready to end it? I don't want to keep it too long.
Yeah.
If you want to ask you another question, you can. But we're at 20, almost 23, 32, 30. I'm dyslexic. We're at like 33 minutes.
33 minutes.
We don't want to keep you guys waiting. Blake, it's the decider. It's all up to you. Do you want to keep? Do you,
Well,
do you
I
wanna
just
keep
want. I just
do you
want.
wanna-
I just want to say congratulations to Tommy for the homecoming court thing.
Thank you.
Yes.
I
Yeah,
appreciate
congrats,
that.
congrats.
And thank you for having me on the show. I really
Yes,
appreciate it.
we really like. I like how you called it a show. I kind of feel kind of famous.
It's kind of famous.
No,
Yes.
I'm just kidding.
Thanks for listening. Subscribe every Friday as long as Kyleigh and I don't slack.
Yes.
Kyleigh and I. There you go, Mrs. Reinhardt.
And thank
Um,
you for listening and letting us bless your ears. We really appreciate it. And we appreciate Tommy for being here.
Yeah.
Period.
Period.
Adios.
Amigos.